to star in an independent film made in Vermont? How would you like to win awards for documentaries you have made in high school? How would you like to capture hilarious and fun footage of you sailing in 20-plus knot winds? Today's guest will talk about all these and other unique experiences which he has encountered during his time as a filmmaker in high school and on through today. The Humanities and Mass Communication Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join your host, Frankie Joseph, to meet the next new director.
Thank you for joining us for today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you will meet on this show are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scene working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student has written and directed 4 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves and the production they've created, and give you the chance to get to know them and enjoy some of the work they've done during the semester. Our guest is an upcoming writer, director, and actor. He won awards in high school and for some short documentaries, and acted in an independent film that is in the New York New Filmmakers Festival. We would like you to meet today's guest, Erick MIlbauer. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Hi. So, Erick, we know you have been an aspiring filmmaker since you were in middle school. Do you want to tell us about some of your past projects in filmmaking endeavors?
Yeah, and we have some footage to show you. The last big project I worked on was actually in Vermont, and it was just a blast. I got to meet like lots of different people, and became really good friends with the director. He's actually the writer-director. His name is Matthew Lipke, and I believe we did filming for 3 or 4 months actually, and it was really different. It was a more on-camera kind of experience for me. I wasn't too comfortable with it, but I think it ultimately worked out, and it's actually in the like you said, it's in the New Filmmakers New York Film Festival, so that's really exciting. I get to go to that and meet a few more people, and then I made a lot of friends on this set, but when I was in high school, I used to do a lot of filmmaking projects, one of which won awards. I made a project on education, but here's some of the sailing videos. I was on a sailing team, and me and a buddy used to take our GoPro cameras, and we would film in really high winds. So we like to mess around, and we get splashed all over the place, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, this is one of my projects that I completed in high school. I was supposed to make a film on education and how to make it better. So I kind of just talked about all the different ways to get kids more into learning and how to, I guess, encourage them to study what they want.
Wow, you are a very busy man. Congrats. Congrats on your awards.
Thank you.
Well, did you, so we know you are a student in film and television production program. Can you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course?
Yeah, well, ever since I was in middle school, I loved watching movies, and specifically just trying to figure out how they made certain movies and how they made certain shots. So in high school, I found out I could take production courses, and then I came to NCC, and I found out they also had film production courses. And I just couldn't wait to get my hands on a camera and try to put something in front of it. It's always just a blast, kind of figuring out, or like trying to make a story and stuff.
I'm sure you're having fun. What are some of the most useful things you've learned in the course?
Some of the the most useful things that I learned in the course were probably what helped with filming was definitely planning out the shots. So like storyboarding and writing and basically figuring everything out before we take a camera out in the field.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it helps you prepare a lot more and it helps you not get lost when you're during filming.
Everybody learn from that.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about the projects you have done over the past semester.
So yeah, I did 4 projects over this past semester, and I believe they could show it. But yeah, the first project that we did was the student studies. So again, this was me on camera, not really comfortable, but because there's really no one behind the camera. It's just me placing it and figuring out what to do at the time. But yeah, it was really good because this project kind of focused on what kind of shots to do and where to bring up close-ups, and it was really good. It was a good learning experience, I think. And then the second project that we did, or that I did, was the tea project, where we have to show, I guess, the process of making tea, and that helped with like more, I think, linear storytelling, because I kind of put it in order, and you kind of figure out what to do with it. So again, you focus on cutting to close-ups and cutting on action, and so that was also a lot of fun and a good learning experience.
And that's you.
Yep. The third project that I did was the nature project, or the fall foliage project, and that was probably my favorite project to do, because I learned a lot more about editing and what to film. We picked things like lines of grace, and we learned things like continuous zooms, and right there is a poor man's dissolve, where you put the camera out of focus and then you bring it back in on another shot, and that was really fun to learn and just figure out how to do all that. The fourth and final project, the thing I worked on most recently, was the Where's My Orange project, and that was a lot of fun because I kind of got a lot to do myself. I was able to write and storyboard my own project with my own shot list, and I had no restrictions, so I was able to. It was a more creative project for me.
Very interesting. All your projects seem very well done, sir.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm sure you had one of your best projects you want to show us today?
Oh yeah, I would like to show you some more of my fall project, if that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like a great project.
All right, yeah. But yeah, like this is probably my favorite project. I think it's my best project. Like I said, we learned a lot about lines of grace and how to do better transitions and stuff, and how to compose your shots. It helped a lot with editing, and yeah, we have some lines of grace right there, and it became like a really good project just because visually I thought it was really cool. There's not a lot. I don't think that many people think that outdoors can be interesting, but I think if you can shoot it right, you can make anything interesting. So I think this was a fun project just to do and see things from a different side or perspective.
Believe me, I know what you mean. Outside is, everybody should be outside. What was the most interesting and important skills you benefits, and how would you put it in the future?
I think the most beneficial skills that I learned was to plan out the shots beforehand. Lots of times during old projects, especially in high school, I would just kind of go out and film whatever looked good or whatever I thought would look good, and then you just have lots of leftover shots that you don't use or are unnecessary. But planning ahead, you save a lot of time, and there's no room for improvisation, but you can, I guess, I don't know, you kind of figure it out as you go. But definitely planning ahead really helped.
Thank you. Today we get to meet someone who is eager to release his first feature film and share some of his projects from this past semester. As a new TV director, he hopes to apply what he has learned here at NCC to improve his past projects and make makes his upcoming film Endeavors stand out. He also plans to use the new knowledge from TV1 to create feature films after he graduates. We would like to thank Erick MIlbauer. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Today we hope you enjoy meeting one of our television feature director, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you and have a great day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Frankie Joseph, directed by Vanessa Hilton. I'm your announcer, Sam Schulten. The New Directors is a Norwalk Community College student production.